Hello. Um, I guess I'm back for another video. Maybe we'll see how this goes. Um, I don't know. I started making videos like maybe a month ago, less than a month ago, and I mean nothing's like too crazy happened. Like I put like maybe like four or three on YouTube, and I, for some reason, decided to link that to my TikTok, and I started putting some videos on TikTok, and a lot of friends of mine have, I guess, shown their love, and whatever. If you guys, watched the whole thing or watched like 5 seconds of it, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Regardless, it's not even honestly. Honestly, man, I don't know. I still think I need to reassess why I'm doing this. But I think especially like yours, like your support, like more so than anyone else who ever comes across these videos, or I'm just talking about. I don't want to say it's BS, but you know what I mean. Where I'm just talking about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like it's really important to me that you guys did show your love. So thank you. Even if it like, dude, it's like it's not even. Just thank you. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like if I talk about it too much, I'm gonna get in my own way. Um, man, honestly, I don't know. Before I was thinking about this, I was man. Okay, you know what? I think this feels a little harder now that I know people that who know me directly are watching it, because before I could just kind of, you know what I'm saying? I could kind of just say whatever, not say whatever, but I could just kind of say what I wanted, and like I would have been cool if it was just some random. But like now I know, people you guys have seen me personally. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It feels a lot more real now, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Um, like I know like the good side is like thank you guys, but like the bad side is like it's like damn, you guys are seeing a part of myself that maybe I haven't shown to you before. A person that likes to talk. I'm really just a loner at heart, and maybe I should stop saying that. But I mean, I'm a, I was born alone, and a lot of times I grew up alone. So any of you guys who are in my life right now, or who have shared a big part of my life, you know what I mean, and you saw my shit, you know what I mean, and you showed love, thank you. Okay, I promise that's the last thank you. I just, man, it's yeah. Um, dude, I don't even want to talk about whatever the fuck I was gonna talk about for real. Um, yeah, I was gonna start this off by saying this is a dark video, because I'm going to talk about something that, like, I guess I don't usually talk about, and like, I don't think a lot of people, maybe only like a few people know I talk about, and that is my relationship with, I guess I should say, an African American or an urban television show known as BMF. BMF stands for Black Mafia Family. Um, and honestly, it's just like I don't even know how to describe it. I guess it's based on a true story about the drug organization known as BMF, led by hmm, wow, I'm really finna go in. I'm really damn okay. Led by Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and Man, I want to. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know his full name. I don't know if it's Terrence, but I'm just gonna say Terry. Terry Flannery. Brothers. I don't know if even some of you who even watch my shit even know any of this shit, because I think at this point all I've been talking about is like superhero shit and like super nerdy shit. And to go into this, I kind of feel like it's a it's a love and hate relationship with this certain black entertainment. Um, I think the show was created, or like, I guess it was got off the ground by 50 Cent. And those who know 50 Cent, it's pretty self-explanatory. But those who may not know, aside from his rap career, he's done a lot of work with like movies and television shows, and specifically like television shows. Um, he had a great series called Power, and that series spun off a lot of different spin-offs, a lot of different shows. And I think he's been eating off those shows, man. I think it's been like 3 or 4 shows. And BMF is, I think, also a part of his. It's also his brainchild, with I think a few other creators, which I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would help for me to know the details, but I don't know the details. I just know that, like, I guess the thing that sets BMF apart from all the other power shows is that they're very fictional. And BMF yeah, like I said, based on a true story. Um, it's kind of funny because before I even get into like what the show's about, I, I think it's like it's really funny because you know you're trying. Yeah, I guess you're trying to tell a true story, but also you gotta put the Hollywood spin on it. So it's kind of interesting the choices they make. Um, I don't know if you know anything about Demetrius Flannery, but he spent some time in prison for his drug escapades, I should say. And so did his brother Terry. And this show was actually shot while, I don't know if they were both still in prison, but I know Big Meech was in for sure. And the character who's in the show, who plays Big Meech, is actually portrayed by uh, Demetrius Flannery Jr. So that is Big Meech's son, Little Meech. And honestly, I think, like, I don't know. I kind of don't want to trash these young brothers because I don't. I don't know. I feel like it's like black culture's thing to just shit on things, and I shouldn't just put that stigma on black culture, but I feel like, especially when it comes to these shows, there's a lot of negativity around it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like, in a way, it's a son kind of stepping into his father's shoes, and I don't know. Like, I heard the process that it took for Little Meech to like learn acting and stuff. I believe he did like some episodes in Euphoria, Zendaya's show. That Zendaya show on HBO. And I haven't watched Euphoria, but I know, like, he did have to take some time aside to really learn how to act and stuff. So I appreciate the dedication to the craft. Um, uh, Big Meech's brother Terry is portrayed by this actor named Da Vinci. Man, I hope I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it is Da Vinci. And I've seen him in a lot of things, man. Specifically All American. And oh man, don't even get me started on All American. But dude, All American has the fucking memes, brother. um, if you guys even care a little bit about that shit, do yourself a treat and just look at All American, bro, and you'll just see like the craziest shit. You don't even gotta watch an episode, but that's where I think I know him from the most. But I've seen him in other things. I just can't put my finger on him. But like I feel like I've known him longer than I've known Little Meech as an actor. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, them two together, it's already like solid to me. And I think the Flannery family cast is really good. Crap. To see, this is where I gotta look up the names, man. Dude, I'm not gonna look at the names because kind of how I'm recording this, I kind of don't want to like, God, I kind of don't want to like get away from all this shit. But you know what? Hold on. Shit is too far. No, no, no. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're gonna give this cast some props, man. Because honestly, man, if anything, if anything, I am a watcher of television. So I gotta, I don't know. I gotta do what I do, man. I gotta show my love. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think I'm gonna even put this on TikTok for real. I think this is just gonna be like a YouTube thing. So if you want to come see it, if you care enough, come see it. I was hoping I would come back with something more lighter, like the Fantastic Four review, but I kind of don't find myself wanting to talk about Fantastic Four. I don't know. I mean, it was great, but we're not gonna get into that. Um, but yeah, we'll probably save something lighter for TikTok, honestly. Um, so yeah, so who do I know? Who do I know? Other than the brothers, uh, forgive me, I'm searching this up. All right, let's look at the cast. Let's look at the cast. Okay, so I introduced the brothers. The younger sister, Nicole Flannery, is played by, I don't want to butcher this, Layla Pruitt. Okay. My guy, Russell Hornsby, plays I guess, the then matriarch of the family. Is no patriarch. It's patriarch. Patriarch is the father. Charles Flannery. Yeah, man. Russell Hornsby, he gives a good performance, man. Honestly, they all do, but let me just take a chance to kind of reflect on like what I think about this character's portrayal. Um, because obviously he's playing like the father of like these I guess you could say Black American icons who grow up to be like, despite what you think about it, you know what I'm saying? These guys rise up to a certain stardom that is recognized, by the world, I suppose. Um, and I don't know. BMF deals with a lot, man. Like I think what I kind of I guess always turn me off from a lot of I guess black media is like perhaps the negativity and the things I don't like to see. Um, and unfortunately, some of these things are like very real. You know what I mean? Like life didn't go the way people think life's supposed to go for others, and a lot of families come from broken homes. Um, a lot of families come from homes that just break. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, kids grew up with their moms and their pops, but they split and they left, and like that kind of fucked everything up. So you kind of see that happen in the show a lot. Um, before, yeah, please let me find the mother of the Flannery family. Okay, Miss. Damn, damn, I don't want to butcher that. Damn, I'm so mad. I do not want to butcher this. Please, please, please. How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Dude, damn, I'm gonna just say it. Michelle? Not. Oh, oh, God. I didn't want to laugh. Michelle Brianna White. Okay. Yeah, that is, I've seen this actress in a lot of things, and she's a great actress. She was in Atlanta for a little bit. She played like man, she played like a family member to like one of like the main characters or whatever. But and this show, you know what I mean, there's a big spotlight on them, and the lessons they probably thought that they instilled into their boys to Meech and Terry grew up in a Christian household from what the show seems to have portrayed, and there's definitely, like, especially early on in the seasons, there's definitely friction about, like, the life that Meech and Terry decide to live. You know what I mean? Like being in the streets and selling drugs and stuff. Um, their father Charles was a hardworking man, and you know what I mean. He believed in getting money the right way, and not doing shit through the streets. We're not gonna get into the whole morality of things. Maybe we might one day. I don't think this is the video to do it, but yeah, if I could just rant about this, if you, I think I really like this show, man. And a part of me, I think I really appreciate it. Then I feel like a lot of other people appreciate, like, a lot of people shit on BMF because it ain't power. I feel like that's really what it is, and like I don't know if, like, I don't even want to get into all the behind the scenes shit because honestly, it's stupid shit and it's shit that I don't even fucking know about. But I just think, like, this show deserves a lot. I don't want to say a lot more credit, but you know what I mean. Like, I just think the show deserves some respect because I think, like, these actors and actresses, they did a good fucking job with this show, man. And God send to 50 Cent for getting this off the ground. Um, uh, yeah, man, I don't know. It's been like 4 seasons. I don't think we're gonna get a season 5. I think it's 4 seasons. I'm pretty sure it was 4. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a season 5, because I just don't think it's gonna keep going. But uh, I just think it's I mean, what else do I even want to say on it? Really, I mean, it's a good show, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna just leave it at that because I don't really. It's a whole lot to get into, and I honestly, with these videos right now, I just feel like if like, I wish I could plan for these more guys, but I'm also in the mindset that if I don't do it, I'll never do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't like show myself to the world as I am, it's just never gonna come out. You know what I mean? And sometimes that kind of sucks to say. Like, I wish I could be better for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, but it's, like, quite frankly, I guess it's not about you. It's about me. So it has to come out this way. Um, man. Well, yeah, I guess while we're here, let's just talk about whatever. I wanted to talk about the last episode of season 4 of BMF, but I don't even think I really fucking want to anymore, man. I just think that's like a whole another thing to get into. Um, so what will you talk about? I guess we could talk about Fantastic Four, man. And we'll talk about another thing too, but right now we'll go into Fantastic Four. Just talk about what's been going on and shit. Um, Fantastic Four first steps, man. Uh, Pedro Pascal, it's Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, goddamn it, Vanessa Kirby, no relation to damn, what's his name? What's the is it Jack Kirby? I don't think it's any relation to Jack Kirby. So no relation to Jack Kirby, the co-creator of the Fantastic Four. Um, he yeah, he did a lot, man. I think he was more so, like, maybe even more so than Stan Lee. Like, I think he created, like, a lot of things, even just on his own. But I also think, like, he did, like, the art work for a lot of these classic Marvel heroes, and I think he even did some DC heroes. I know he did. Matter of fact. or just characters. But anyway, let me continue. I didn't want to go on that tangent, but um, Eben Moss Bachrach. God damn. Sorry for butchering names. As Ben Grimm, the Thing, and oh man, don't tell me I'm gonna butcher his name, man. What's his name? Fantastic Four. What the fuck's his name? Jesus Christ. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, man. Honestly, man, this was a good film, dude. I enjoyed it. Um, Fantastic Four for me. I really was really only introduced to them through like the 2000 and something movies. I'm not gonna go into that cast, but Jessica Alba is always gonna be my Sue Storm, and honestly, I'm pretty sure that's just. Let's not even do that. Let's not even do that. But I Jessica Alba is like she was like my crush in that one, dude. Um, and honestly, like I'm trying not to keep like I don't even want to say it. I, I'm trying not to like make it like perverted, but I think like what I liked about Jessica Alba is like there was like a certain vulnerability that I felt like she had, and not even like, and I don't know if any other Sue Storm will have this vulnerability again, but like especially in like the second Fantastic Four film that they did before they stopped making them for a while. Like it's just like in her like the pain in her face, like when she's like when she's dealing with certain situations, you know what I mean? When she's interacting with the cast and like you know what I mean, especially some of them scenes that she had with the Silver Surfer at that time. I I buy it, you know what I'm saying? Like I really buy like her vulnerability that she just would just convey in her face. And yes, it is a very beautiful face, but like I'm really looking away from that. I'm just looking at the emotion that she that she showed me at a young age, you know what I mean? I don't know if I got out of that, but whatever. I always told myself that I liked those earlier Fantastic Four movies. I did, man. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck. People like to show on them and everything. Um, but then again, like that's like my first interpretation of Fantastic Four, and it was good enough to me. You know what I mean? Like I still think all those guys are still like great actors and actresses. Um, Especially our boy Chris Evans. You know what I mean? Captain America. But Michael Chiklis. Oh man, I do not want to say this guy's name. I don't want to say the guy who played Mr. Fantastic's name because it's weird, or it's just something I'm not familiar with saying. So I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Fast forward to like what is it? Was it 2015 or something? Guys, forgive me for getting these dates wrong. You know what I mean? But yeah, they tried to do another reboot, uh, and they just called it. I don't think they meant to call it Fanforstic. I think that's just us because whoever was doing the marketing or like the advertising or whatever was like, or I guess like the artist direction or whatever, the art developer. I don't know if movies have that. I don't know if that's just like a game thing or whatever, like art developing. They were like, oh, we could say Fantastic Four, but we could replace the. Was it the the A, the second A in Fantastic with a four? Even though I think it wasn't even like the second A. I think it was like the first A. I'm gonna look this shit up right now, bro, because bro, the way people just go on with that, bro, like they just describe it as fan stick now. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think it's perfect, man. Yeah, it was fan stick. Jesus Christ, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Um, I wasn't mad at the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hate the movie. I definitely had a lot of hatred for how they did Doctor Doom. I actually think the Doctor Doom in like the earlier 2000s Fantastic Four was done great. So it kind of, I don't know, like it's kind of funny because I feel like for the most part, like a lot of the media doesn't like I feel like the media consensus is that like the first two tries of Fantastic Four are bad, but I really only think one was bad. And I literally, and I don't even think it's bad because of, oh man, wow, I'm actually interested to talk about this. I don't really even think it's bad because it was a bad movie. Like sure, it was like bad for like the movies that are coming out because when when Fantastic came out, um, it was like we already were having like the Avengers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we were already like going into the prime of like a lot of superhero movies. You know what I mean? Like we were already like in a world where like bro, there's a lot of great fucking superhero movies out right now thanks to Marvel. So Fox, not merged with Disney yet, was like, yeah, we gotta do something for Fantastic Four. We're gonna make Fantastic Four, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I just like I don't know. I like the cast. I didn't like necessarily maybe like the choices with like the Thing. I thought Miles Teller was a good like a good young Mr. Fantastic. They tried to make him young, like all young, which is fine. Um, Kate Mara was Sue Storm in that one. Michael B. Jordan, my guy, Michael B. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, man. I'm not mad at him being Human Torch, and maybe that's just because I'm another fellow black man. Um, I think I understand like maybe I think I can understand maybe the frustration with with I guess like race swapping or hell even maybe gender swapping. I think I can understand like the irritation. I just think I don't know, and I really think it really just depends like on how iconic the character was. You know what I mean? Like maybe when it was cast, maybe people underestimated how iconic or how much people cared about Johnny Storm for it to be like a race swap. Um, I honestly didn't think people really cared about Johnny Storm that much to care about a race swap. Honestly, I felt like as long as he could be Johnny Storm, it wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think like I think a lot of these characters, and maybe this might be controversial. I think a lot of these characters can be played by anybody as long as they have the essence down. I really do think that sometimes. I know there's been some castings that have frustrated me. I can't think of them right now, and I want to because I think that should like I don't know. I think there should be more of a discussion on it, but I know that was a big deal. Um, but like when I was watching him on the screen, I thought he did great, man. You know what I mean? Like I really had no problem with the Fantastic Four cast. I probably just didn't like how the Thing looked, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like I was totally on board with like all of it. I just yeah, like I wasn't a fan of Doom. Man, who played Doctor Doom in Fantastic? And while I'm saying that, I have the 2005 cast one up, and I want to give love to Julian McMahon. I believe he just passed away like July 2nd, brother. Like this dude, 56 years old. I suppose that's still young. He I felt like he was a good Doctor Doom, man. Like, oh my goodness, you guys got to forgive me for jumping all over the place, but this is what's gonna happen, man. This is just coming off the dome. He was a good Doctor Doom to me, man. I felt like he was really menacing. I just rewatched like the first couple. Like I watched a little bit of like the 2005 Fantastic Four a couple of weeks ago, and seeing him with adult eyes, I thought he was a good Doctor Doom for the time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, and I don't know like what the idea was behind making these films, other than that they'd probably make money. Um, but you know what I mean? I don't know if they had like more of a respect for like what these superhero characters are and where to be. And this kind of inspires me to kind of look in like the inspiration behind their acting. But yeah, I thought like he was very menacing when he was, but I also thought he had like a lot of a suaveness to him, which ironically I think Doctor Doom should have. I don't even want to say ironically. I just think like what I mean. I feel like Doctor Doom should be suave, like not suave, but I guess suave. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like he looked like that guy, dog. But it's like also but he's also like a jealous asshole, like a jealous, power hungry asshole. And I feel like Julian McMahon did that for me for the time. Fast forward, we had okay, searching for Fantastic again. Come on, cast. Come on, cast. Tony Kelbo as Doctor Doom. I think he would have been a all right Doctor Doom if he just. And I don't even think it's really his fault. I just think it was just the decision with the plot. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't know like Doctor Doom's powers and like his set. And I honestly, even now, I kind of don't understand Doctor Doom's powers. Like I know Doctor Doom is like a sorcerer, but he's also like a fucking genius. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's really mostly like his powers. But I think his genius intellect and his sorcery, like he's able to like do a lot of amazing things, you know what I mean, or a lot of like harmful, damning things, you know what I mean. But he's like a fucking genius, and he's like one of like the smartest people in like the Marvel universe, you know what I mean, like canonically. Um, and his rivalry, damn, I said that crazy. I'm not gonna, yeah, his rivalry with Reed Richards is something that's iconic, to this day. At least for me, you know what I mean? And I think you might have to be a comic book fan or have like an experience with comics to like really like know and appreciate that. Um okay. I think I've said everything I've wanted to say about Fantastic and the 2005 Fantastic Four. I think I could get into first steps now. Um, Yeah, so man, I really liked the direction that Marvel went with this, man. I don't give a fuck what people say. Pedro Pascal could be Mr. Fantastic, bro. I think like, he's a good actor, dude. I know a lot of people are probably getting Pascal fatigue or whatever the fuck you guys are calling it, but dude, and maybe I don't know if Pedro Pascal is Mexican or if he's another type of Hispanic descent. Let me look that up because he's Chilean. Okay, I guess I would still consider Mr. Pascal a brown man. So you know what I mean. I think the fact that like it is a brown man, I'm kind of like on board. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and I mean, I think that's a bias, and I'll admit the bias. You know what I mean? But I also think it's perfect because I think he's a great fucking actor, dude. I remember them hearing about like Marvel like trying to like find casting and shit, and I think they asked Adam Driver. Honestly, John Krasinski's was everybody's fan cast, and I mean, it got him the look and fucking in the second Doctor Strange movie, which was fucking awesome. Even though I won't get into all that, I just don't like how they treated that his character. They really just flung him and threw him away. I honestly kind of felt like since they, I feel like since they like kind of discarded him like that, I kind of thought they would like do John Krasinski the solid and have him be Mr. Fantastic. So I was kind of like, I was kind of like, dude, I want John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic. I think he'll be great, and I think like that little clip, whatever we got from that from Multiverse of Madness, was good. So it was kind of disappointing to, you know, see that not be the case. Um, so eventually, when they landed on Pedro Pascal, I was dope with it because by that time we've already seen like Mandalorian. I thought he was a great Mandalorian. Um, what else have I seen of his? Narcos. He was great in Narcos. Fucking Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? He's fucking awesome in Game of Thrones. So I think Pedro Pascal is a good actor and he has great range. So and he held Joel in Last of Us. He's a great Joel. So like yeah, I wasn't mad at the casting at all. Hell, I supported it, and hell, I wanted to prove the naysayers wrong in a way. Now that being said, I'm not sure if that proved the naysayers wrong per se, but I still think he's a fucking great Mr. Fantastic, and I still think there is more to build on with him. So probably the most important character to me in the Fantastic Four is Mr. Fantastic. So I'm here for it, and I'm glad it is a fucking brown actor. And yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let's keep going. Because all that aside, he's a good actor. Like fuck what anybody else is talking about. This man is a good actor. You know what I mean? So okay, continuing. Vanessa Kirby as Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. Um, I thought she was great, man. Oh man, I don't know. I think she was good. You know what I mean? I think like I love how they I love how they treated everyone's power sets and like how they showed everyone's intellect. Like yeah, like Reed Richards is like the out of this world genius on par with like the minds of like Doctor Doom, and I don't know if Tony Stark's up there. You know what I'm saying? And who else is really smart? Is Professor X smart, or does he just have a strong brain? Black Panther, like just like a smart ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like how they're like, no, everybody is scientists. You know what I'm saying? Like, Johnny Storm did something that was really dope in the movie. Using his fucking brain. And honestly, I probably might get into spoilers. I'm probably gonna get into spoilers, so I'm just gonna say spoilers. But I guess I'm just not gonna like say like as much, just so I could like have this be as smooth as a conversation as possible, even though we're in too deep. But like it's already been madness. Oh my goodness, I should call this the fucking YouTube video of madness, the rant of madness. Um, I I think this cast is solid, man. You know what I mean? Mr. Backrack, Moss Backrack, dude. I hope I'm saying that shit right. As the Thing is really good. You know what I mean? I like I like they didn't have to like make his voice. They didn't have to change his voice and make it grovelly, like Michael Chiklis's voice, or they didn't have to like modulate it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that actor's name who played him in Fanstastic, and I think I should because I literally gave everybody their props. But I feel like the Thing is like the Thing and Doctor Doom is the only thing I don't like about Fanstastic, and I think the Thing is not his fault. And I don't think any of it's their fault, man. I just think like they just were in bad direction. I genuinely I really do think that whether that's the director's fault or just Fox's fault, you know what I mean, at the time. But yeah, Jamie Bell was Ben Grimm, the Thing, in Fan Four Stick. um, I think like I honestly think like looking back on it, you know what I'm saying, Michael Chiklis will always be like the goat thing for me because like it was like my childhood, but like this dude is like really good, and I think he's the best out of the three. Or I think he needs one more movie to get hit. So, you got to get a little more dip on your chip. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for his thing. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, I'm here for it. That being said, I liked the fact that it was like set in like a alternate universe 60 settings. But that's the thing. I like why do like that, because you have the liberty to do whatever the fuck you want in that world, and I think they showed that. You know what I mean? Just introducing us to like Galactus and showing us all that shit. That shit was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like the scene where like they fucking go up and they like go and travel to Galactus. You know what I mean? I was kind of bummed out that he wasn't like a super fucking mega giant could fucking just smash the earth. But you know what I'm saying? He was big enough, you know what I'm saying? He had like a ship that I think was like bigger than the fucking earth. I believe it was it? Or was it just a really big fucking ship? I don't fucking know. I like everything about Galactus, you know what I'm saying? I wish he was like truly bigger, but I think that's just like the comic book nerd in me, you know what I mean? Just wanting like a comic accurate Galactus. But he was so damn near close, you know what I'm saying? I even like how he destroyed planets, like they showed you. Like he like is like in the, I don't know if he like gets in the fucking core and he like the planet I guess implodes on itself kinda. I have to watch it again. Like a part of, like another reason why I wanted to like hold back on this review is because I really I really didn't think I was gonna be able to tell you guys all of it, you know what I mean, if I didn't watch it again, you know what I mean? But I wasn't like 1,000% interested to watch it again, you know what I mean? And I think that says a lot. But like I wanted this movie to be better than Superman, honestly, because I'm not gonna lie, I have Marvel bias. I do like both DC and Marvel, but like I feel like my favorite superhero, Spider-Man, is Marvel, and I feel like I feel like Marvel just hits my nostalgia more. Like I feel like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, the Fantastic Four films, and the X-Men films, and the fucking 2003 Hulk film have a bigger like effect on me, like a bigger effect on the introduction of me to superheroes than I think DC ever will. And that's saying a lot, because like I love Batman and I love a lot of Superman stories, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's really it, you know what I mean? Like I was a big Arrowverse fan, you know what I mean? And that's what really made me like start to like the Flash and like Green Arrow. But then again, those are like the only like true interpretations like that I really have of it. Like I really really lived in with those characters. Like I watched like the animated Justice League that came out back in the day, but it was like I don't know. I feel like it was just too like I think I was just too young for it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I appreciated it as much. Like I probably appreciated Teen Titans more than I did Justice League and Batman the animated series. Looking back on it now, like I've been trying to watch some of it now. You know, like the '90s Superman animated series. I tried to watch some of that. Didn't really keep going with it, but I think I get the gist of it. And Batman the animated series. Like hell, I saw that. I mostly grew up on Batman Beyond, because I think when I was growing up, Batman Beyond was like out and shit. So, you know, really more so that, and of course, it's fucking Batman. Batman is a big deal to me too. But like I said, I think like there's like a place that like Marvel has in my heart that will never, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of always want Marvel to do good. That's kind of a fucked up thing to say, because like there's things I could see the companies that own them, like Disney and Warner Brothers with DC. You know what I mean? Like I could see like the politics sometimes, or like the things that come out with like the art directions of some of the movies and stuff, and like and just the choices. And then you know what I mean, and like when it comes to that, like I'm like purely on this, like just like I'm purely like just a person that just wants good superhero shit. You know what I mean? So it's like anything that like fucks that up, you know what I mean? It like pisses me off, or it just gets under my skin, because I kind of know how it is. You got to understand, like we grew up in a world where there was like no what am I even trying to say here? where there was like no like cohesiveness. You know what I mean? Like people were making movies just to make movies. Um, and at that time when like when even before then, like I know there was like a Fantastic Four that was made in like the '90s or the '80s that like didn't like that literally didn't like it got canceled. So I think like they filmed it. Like I think there's a film out there that they did not show in theaters. So it's like that goes to tell you like how much like you know what I mean like um and I even think like now like I'm not even sure like the world like appreciates like what superheroes are, and superheroes are a lot of things, you know what I mean, and um I think for me it's just my childhood, man. So it's like sometimes like I don't think like I have the best like ideas about things, but when I speak on something, it's definitely coming from passion. You know what I mean? Like the characters I fell in love with when I went to the movies and saw these characters. And see even me, like I say I'm a comic book fan, but like I fell in love with these heroes off the TV shows and the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the '90s Spider-Man animated series, fell in love with it. You know what I mean? Like my uncle, I always say it's like my first gift, but like my fifth birthday, like my uncle Greg got me like the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and like that was fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? That changed my life. You know what I mean? That hooked me on Spider-Man for life. You know what I mean? um. Oh man. So, dude. Okay. So back to first steps. Um. Yeah, I liked Galactus for the most part, man. I did. Um. I even liked the Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wasn't at first. I was kind of like, cause you know what I mean. Like like nobody wants to see this. Like, no one wants to see an obscure Silver Surfer. We want to see the Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad. You know what I'm saying? However, being said, before the casting was announced, I was a fan of Julia Gardner. I mostly know her work from Ozark. She's in another great movie right now called Weapons. It's a horror film, and that's really good too by Zach Krieger, the director of. I don't know if he's a director slash creator or whatever the fuck, dude. I don't know what the director does exactly, but he was the mind behind Barbarian, and that was another film that came out a couple years back that I thought was really fucking good. So like Weapons, it's also good, and Julia Gardner does a great job in it. So you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck I could say, please go see that. Especially if you're a fan of horror, especially if you're a fan of Zach Krieger's films. I don't know what other films he's done other than Barbarian, but Barbarian and Weapons are he's got two right now. He's on fire right now. Um, yeah, but I know Julia Gardner from Ozark, and she did a great fucking job in Ozark. Ruth Langmore, man. I want her to get out that country accent again, man, because you know what I'm saying? She played a real angry white woman. um yeah, she did a good job, man. Shala Ball, we shall ball, you know what I'm saying? She did a good job, man. She did a great job. Um, you know, I think the Silver Surfer, especially when it comes to like the Silver Surfer's relationship to Galactus, it's like it's conflicting. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like there's a lot you could do with Silver Surfer personally. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of like comics should like revisit like the Silver Surfer's like earlier moments with Galactus, like probably at a time where like he thought like this was all he could do, like serve Galactus. You know what I mean? So like I, I can I would think that's more of a Silver Surfer who would probably is willing to like do the dirty work probably before he has an encounter with Earth's heroes. You know what I mean? So he's probably still fully on board with serving Galactus. You know what I mean? Because I think that could be horrifying. You know what I'm saying? Like dealing with like a Silver Surfer and stuff, and like maybe seeing him go to other planets and seeing characters try their hardest to like fucking stop the Silver Surfer, but in the end they fail. I think that would be really beautiful to see. Like, and like I'm not even like, I'm not saying that has to be Marvel's heroes. Like I think like you could like tell that's like you could just that's just like an Elseworld story, bro. Like just the Silver Surfer coming to a planet, warning that planet that Galactus is gonna take shit over, and like Galactus really takes that shit over by the end. But like you probably empathize with like the you know the people in that story and shit, and like the work they put in. But it's like, you know, like that could be like some real horror villain shit for real. Um, yeah, because like I don't know, because they always try to do the stories like, oh, he's conflicted, and then it's like, oh, now he's good, but you know, he still like hates, you know, what he did. It's like, come on, guys, like let's come on, let's get into the tragedy. let's let's see the fucked up shit, okay? But anyway, yeah, this Silver Surfer, she was very conflicted, man, and like I said, Silver Surfer mostly is. Um, the movie didn't end how I thought it was gonna end, which is like a bit disappointing. But I feel like it satisfied me altogether because I was surprised. Like I really thought the reason because we okay guys, we know about the MCU. We know these characters all come together at some point. I thought the reason that the fucking I kind of thought the reason that like the Fantastic Four even gets to the I guess the main Marvel Cinematic Universe is because they fucking fail at saving their planet in the end. You know what I'm saying? And like they have to like hop fucking universes, which might have been a little bit intense or extreme. But I think like the way they set it up, like I thought it was gonna make sense. You know what I mean? And even in a way of like how they like decided to even entrap Galactus. You know what I mean? Like I guess like the plan was ultimately to like transport him to like another point in space. And I forgot, I don't know if that's like a wormhole thing that Reed Richards created in the story. Forgive me. That's kind of why I wanted to watch it again. But, I kind of just got into it. Um, so I kind of thought like they were going to fuck up. And they were going to all end up in like the fucking wormhole. But instead of it being like another place in their universe, I thought they're going to end up in the main Marvel universe. But that didn't happen. Or I thought it was gonna be like some fucked up like backup plan that Reed Richards has that did not come into fruition. You know what I mean? Like some fucked up backup plan. Like, okay, like shit fucked up. So like, okay, we gotta leave. And like Sue's like looking at like everybody's looking at him like, you had this as a backup plan to like leave. And Reed's like, yeah, like I did. So it would have probably been like a super terrible thing. But that wasn't the case, like they actually beat him, you know what I mean? They got him the fuck out of there. And like the way they did it, you know what I mean? Like that final scene was so fucking dope, man. You know what I mean? I guess talk about the plot some more. Like, the Fantastic Four on this world, they're already like celebrities, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a modern like 60s universe. So it's like totally super 60s, but like it's like futuristic and shit. So it's kind of dope. So that was really cool to see. So everybody loves the Fantastic Four for real. And when they get the heed to like like from the Silver Surfer, to like just prepare for the destruction of their planet. You know what I mean? Like they go up to Galactus and like they go to try to stop that motherfucker and see what they could do. And Galactus makes a bargain with them. He's like, I won't destroy your planet if you give me your fucking baby that you're gonna have. Your fucking magical fucking baby. This baby is gonna be, all fucking powerful and powerful enough to like have the power, contain the power cosmic, like the powers that I have. And like, being like I may be Galactus and I may do this, but I do this because I have to. and I really don't fucking want to. And if I could pass on this burden to someone else, I would do it. Just give me the baby. And they were like, they ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? Very understandable plot. You know what I'm saying? So, I thought that was like a beautiful thing because, like, as soon as they, escape Galactus and shit, they come back to Earth, and they're just like, yeah, like we could have did it, like or not even that they could have did it. I don't even think they stood a chance, but they were like, yeah, like we had a chance to do it, but like we didn't want to give up our child. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like we didn't want to give up our child, and I think that was just like a lot of that was beautiful, man. Like I think it was like really conflicting because like that like gave a lot of drama between Sue and Reed because like the thing about Reed is that like people think Reed's an asshole, but I think Reed is just so fucking logical. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's even to the point to where it's like I know there's stories that like have him as like cold and calculating, but like I think it's just that like his first answer is always the logical one. You know what I'm saying? And perhaps the easier answer is always would have been to just give up the baby. You know what I'm saying? And even from like a fucked up motherfucker's perspective, and this is probably maybe just a truly masculine perspective, it's like give up the unborn baby we don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's like something fucking to say, but you know what I mean? To save everyone. You know what I'm saying? One thing for everyone. You know what I mean? So yeah, that would have been interesting. But obviously, you know what I mean, but they're the good guys, so they fight. And I mean, God, telling a mother to give up her child, I mean, fuck, you're telling anybody to give up their child, you know what I mean? It's also a hard thing. Um but like I said, kind of like when I was watching the movie, like I really thought like they were fucked. Like I thought like they weren't gonna stand a chance against Galactus, you know what I mean? um so yeah, it was just like it was really cool just to see that just a family dynamic and stuff. I like this Ben Grimm. Like, just let's go back. Let's go into Ben. I like him because it's kind of more so like because we do have like the Ben who like is really mad at Reed for being the monster he is because Reed fucked up. You know what I mean? And help. Like he had this idea. I forgot what. Like I never knew like what they were going into space for. Even now, like I think I saw like when I saw First Steps, like I'm sure they explained why they went up into space, but like I never really like fucking like like even now like I never knew like what the fuck they went up to space. I just know they went to space. They were doing scientific experiments and they became these freaks of nature. Um, yeah. Yeah, so like I kind of like that like I think they've already been like I don't know how long they've been in Fantastic Four. I think they said it, but I just forgot. But like Ben's like I think Ben's made peace with like kind of who he is, even though like he still suffers, like he still struggles with it. You know what I mean? Like there's like a lot of scenes, like those scenes where he's just walking and he got the suit on and shit. He got that '60s drip. He got that '60s drip on. I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like he looks wholesome, bro. Like he just looks like he's like chilling. You know what I mean? Like he's like probably accepting, like, yeah, like I'm never gonna like probably have like the love I may have wanted or like had an ideal for myself, but like this is life, and I think like that's kind of what like I think like makes these guys heroes in a way. Like you know what I mean? Like the sacrifices they like put up, you know what I mean, to serve humankind. So I think that like comes with a lot of like it comes with like a lot of contentment with themselves. You know what I mean? Like there was even a scene where like Reed was kind of like reminiscing and he's kind of beating himself up and like Ben's like, oh, stop it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't want to hear it anymore and like, but like it was more so like helping Reed. He's like he didn't want his friend to like feel bad about some shit anymore. You know what I mean? Because maybe you could argue like like these abilities are like probably the greatest things that happen to them in a way. Um, I feel like I liked everybody's characterization. I was trying hard not to be super controversial. I think the thing with Johnny, and perhaps Johnny doesn't like. I kind of like. I don't know. Like I like the idea. Like I don't think Johnny has to be like a dick. You know what I mean? Like there's times where like 2005 Johnny was a dick to Ben, and I'm like, damn asshole. You know what I mean? Because you could see like that Ben was like literally like hated being in his body and shit. You know what I mean? And then like there was like a crazy out of pocket scene at the end of Fanstastic. I forgot like what he says. I forgot what that Johnny Storm says to that Ben Grimm. But it's like yo, like all right, bro, someone needs to like put you out. Like you an asshole for that. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I hated about Michael B. Jordan's portrayal. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think like in the comics, my understanding is that Johnny Storm is kind of a dick. You know what I mean? And in the movie, he wasn't like necessarily a dick. I just think he was just quippy. He had things to say. You know what I mean? He wasn't like a womanizer, which I don't think it necessarily has to be a womanizer, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with Johnny having Riz. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I don't know. Maybe realistically, what men have Riz these days? Who knows? Oh God. I like to believe I have Riz, and like sometimes like when I'm around women, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? You don't think about you don't think about if you have Riz or not. You just Riz, you know what I mean? And if the Riz don't work, the Riz don't work. But like, you know what I mean? Like I just think like they kind of, I don't know, like I kind of feel like they were just kind of scared to have Johnny Storm be Johnny Storm in a way, which is fine, you know what I mean? I think like of course like you want to autocorrect, for like the crudeness of like, the things people do in the past, and like, especially when it comes to like these characters people create. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think there is probably a cooler way to go about it with Johnny. I do like that they're, like I said, they're all not dumb. They're all smart. You know what I mean? Um, and but it's like, we know Reed is the brains. Reed is like the big brain. Um, but yeah, I like how they got Galactus out of here and shit. You know what I mean? I just felt like, so like kind of like how it was like a coin flip on what I liked and hated about Galactus and shit. What I hate, what I also don't like and like about this movie is that it is isolated, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like I thought in the end it was gonna like have him go to like the MCU universe, so I was kind of disappointed that didn't happen. But I was also, I think, disappointed that it was like, it's cool that it's self-contained because you could do all this shit, but it's like also like you know what I mean? It just feels like it's just out there in a way. And probably I'm just like nitpicking at this point, but yeah, like I kind of didn't like that it was so isolated in a way. And I also didn't like that like it still didn't even explain how they're even gonna come to the MCU for real. Like I like because like like they I might as well just say they had two cameos, or two not cameos, end credit scenes. The last end credit scene was just like a song, and like the Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four theme over like some classic cartoon looking shit, which is dope. Like that was cute, but that no nothing to expand the plot of the story or whatever. But they had an end credit scene, I think it's like a couple years later, and like Franklin, the son that was born, is like a toddler or whatever, and God, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I don't want to say what I was gonna say, um, okay, I can't say that. I can't say that. I don't think I can say that. But oh God, come on, get yourself together. Okay, yeah. So there is like a Doctor Doom appearance, but it's like the dumbest Doctor Doom appearance, because it's like we all know Doctor Doom is going to be Robert Downey Jr., because it was announced a couple years ago was it last year at San Diego Comic-Con? And I don't know. I'm not even really gonna get into all that right now because the video's super long. But I'm like, I'm okay with the casting. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the casting. And to be honest, and I think ultimately it might be for the best. I just hope it doesn't like put a, I don't know, like I just hope it doesn't put a wedge in like, because I feel like people love Robert Downey Jr. so much. Like I hope it doesn't put a wedge into like, you know, if they ever want to visit Doctor Doom again down the line, you know what I mean? Like I hope it doesn't like I hope it doesn't like, you know, like take from the mystique of the character, you know, like any other character who like takes on Doctor Doom afterwards. So like they have Doctor Doom at the end, but they didn't even show Doctor fucking Doom. They just showed a nigga in the mask talking to or trying to mess with Franklin, which is like creepy in a way. But it's like, bro, nigga, we know who this nigga is, bro. I mean, maybe this nigga's face is the phone. I don't know. It's like, bro, like just show us the nigga. How like give us a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Does Reed Richards know? You know, like Victor Von Doom. You know what I mean? Do they know Victor Von Doom? Like, do they know this nigga? Do they have history like Reed and Victor have in the comics? You know what I mean? Like, have they been colleagues? You know what I mean? Like, that would have been fucking cool to see. Um, I get like maybe you didn't want to do that in this movie because maybe like the other movies have done it and like you know and arguably you could say they failed each time. Understandable. So like it's not like I'm not like super duper mad at it. I just feel like you know what I'm saying we know who Doctor Doom is. Like show us Doctor Doom or like give us like a speech. Like what is this nigga there for? Like what's going on? Not just like oh baby I take off my mask. You want to see my mask? You know what I mean? Like I wonder if his face is fucked up and like Franklin's like wow like I've never seen like this nigga's face looks worse than Uncle Ben's or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was definitely just it was just like it was really cool everything they did. It's just like the fact that it this is like a big universe. Like this is already a part of like a ongoing universe. It was kind of disappointed. Whereas Superman being like the first movie in this big ass universe, or like you know, or like one of the first movies in this big ass universe that's like given us so much was like so great to me. So yeah, it just felt lackluster. Um but yeah, man, like this Fantastic Four is cool, bro. Like I love to like see more of this family, and I love to see more Fantastic Four. Like I just want to see more of these guys, honestly. Like I kind of feel like I feel like these guys could be the face, man. Honestly, or like one of the faces. You know what I mean? Like I hope like we do get more Spider-Man shit with them down the line. You know, you know I saw all the Spider-Man behind the scenes shit for a brand new day. Looking forward to it, man. But I think I shouldn't get into it right now because I've already talked for a fucking hour and 7 minutes, man. Awesome. But yeah, Fantastic Four first steps, man. Fucking awesome. It's not better than Superman. Superman's still number one this year, and I think that's like the first time in like a while that like DC's done better than Marvel. But like I have a lot of hopes for this cast. Like I said, if you guys even cared about what I was saying at first, you know, go watch BMF if you even care about any of that. You say it's drug dealing, man. What can I say? 50 Cent has made. I always call 50 Cent shit the DDU, the drug dealer universe, like the MCU. It's so corny, but like it kinda is what it is. It's like a drug dealing universe. um, that being said, man, yeah, man, dude. I'm kind of like this video is like really a lot, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I just made it anyway. Um, yeah, man, I'm out of here, man. Yeah, you guys have a good rest of your life. Bye.